Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mary Ann Wordell from the Fall River Street Tree Planting Program. And it's very nice to see familiar faces, but I'm also very glad to see some new faces. I have about 4 or 5 minutes to tell you about the street tree planting program. I'm a retired nurse, and when I was working, I traveled back and forth to Charlton Memorial Hospital and to Truesdale Hospital along Highland Avenue and Robeson Street. And I did that for a good many years. And I saw the gradual deterioration of trees on Highland Avenue and Robeson Street. And when I did retire, I said, well, I've got another job, and I said, I'm going to start a tree planting program. At that time, I was a member of the Fall River Garden Club, a very active member. I was in charge of the environmental committee, and I traveled up to Boston for 6 years to serve on the State Garden Club Federation's environmental committee. So I asked the board members of the garden club and the membership of the garden club if they would support financially a tree planting program. They all agreed, and I was especially helped by one member who happened to be a former biology teacher. Her name was Ruth Downs, and she happened to be the treasurer of the garden club, and she said, go for it, Mary Ann. Use the funds. There couldn't be a better activity to use the funds for. So the garden club was extremely helpful. Then I went to the mayor, who was Ed Lambert at the time, and I invited the director of the tree department, and they were also very enthusiastic about a tree planting program. I found out from them that there had been no budget for trees for 18 years in the city of Fall River. There was no planting, no maintenance. And I can verify that because there was one tree at the corner of Hood Street and Highland Avenue that a hole was so big in it that a skinny person could walk right through it. But anyway, I propose that we do a public-private partnership with the private part being the garden club, and they would provide the funds financially to buy the trees, and the city would do the labor and provide the manpower, which they readily agreed to do. So they picked up the trees that we had purchased from the nursery, they removed the sidewalks, and they delivered the trees. I did the publicity and the outreach, and I interacted with the citizens. And we had a very, very good response. The tree committee has planted between 2,000 and 2,500 trees since the inception. And in the year 2000, we left the garden club because we had to do fundraising. We had such a demand for trees. Garden club couldn't keep up with it. So we had to do fundraising, and that is why we became a 501c3. We had a very, very strong relationship with the state DCR, and I would like to acknowledge them because truthfully they were of immeasurable help, starting with a woman named Edith Macra, Jane Calvin, Paul Janicki, Alan Snow, of course Eric Seaborn, and Mollie and Julie, who are currently heading up the DCR Urban Forestry Department on the state level. We applied for grants, and the state again was fantastic. We got trees that the money from the state grants provided. We were very, very fortunate to receive grants that allowed professional, qualified people to come to Fall River. We had a man by the name of John Campanini, who's the city forester for the city of Providence. It was fantastic. I still keep in touch with him. He did a tree management plan. He taught tree steward classes. We also made contact via a grant with Bristol Aggie and their Urban Forestry department there, and a man named Steve Dempsey came down and taught 2 tree steward classes. We did get a tree management plan created. John Campanini created a plan in case there's a natural disaster, how to get trees replaced if that occurs. We did get a tree ordinance created again by professional arborists. We had a city tree survey and inventory done. And what I am very, very pleased to say that we promulgated getting a contract by the city to get the first professional arborist hired for the city of Fall River, and that has continued with an arborist from Davey Resource Group. If anyone has not seen our Memorial Grove, we created a Memorial Grove by planting 10 American elms for 3 young men that died in the war against terrorism, and that is down at North Park. And we not only planted the trees, but we take care of it every year. And there's a lot of other things that we've done, but I've probably gone over the 5 minutes. But thank you all for coming, and if you have any questions, comments, let me know at the break, and thanks for coming.
Thanks.